Hi everyone, this is Dave from DailyTechTV and welcome to the Q&A session for 30th of August 2011. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar with the Q&A sessions, in these videos I answer questions left in my previous video around about 2 weeks ago, also questions that were sent to me via email, and also I do have a Geekanoids iOS app on the iPhone, iPod Touch and iPad, and you can send me questions via the Q&A feature within that app. Now, none of these are pre-rehearsed. For those of you who have watched previous Q&As, I'm changing things up this week and in future Q&As as well. I'm not going to answer all of the questions. The videos were getting too long, and also I seem to be answering the same questions over and over again. So I will still try and throw a few of the older ones into the mix as well, but these are generally going to be newer questions and keep these videos less repetitive. So, on with the Q&As. So the first one is from Mr. Chavster123. Hi Dave, do you think Samsung with the 10.1 and 8.9, referring to their tablets, are going to bring Android into more homes, or do you think Apple will reign supreme like always? Well, the Android tablets are doing a fantastic job. They're definitely introducing more and more tablets into the home for the average user, but I do think that Apple have done so well with the iPad range that it's going to take a lot of catching for really the Android tablets to capture people's imagination. But that said, that Samsung Galaxy Tab 10.1 is a fantastic piece of kit. I was so tempted myself, but because I've got an iPad I didn't need another device. But yeah, I don't think Apple was going to win hands down. I think they're going to have to step up the game to stay on the top of the pile. But yeah, I do think these Android tablets are definitely a good thing. So, next one is from JW. Hey Dave, watch your videos every day. Thank you very much, appreciate that. Fancy reviewing Boxy? I started using one recently, but I'd like your opinion on it. I've got a screen just off to my right here with a Mac Mini on it. I'm testing Boxy at the moment, and early days, but I am enjoying it. It seems to pull together all the content nicely. You've got a nice visual interface for finding the content, and I think it's a really nice system. I'm actually trying Boxy and Plex, and then after probably a couple of months I'll decide between the two, and I'll let you guys and girls know which one I decide to continue using full time. Next one is from Andre007PS. Do you think that iOS 5 needed widgets or needs widgets? It would be nice. I wish Apple would introduce live widgets that you can customize and place on the various screens. I know it would be so similar to Android then, but I'm sure Apple could do it in a different way to make it their own. So yes, I do think it needs something like that. The next one is from Technobyte. Get asked this a lot recently. I've just started using a new intro and outro, and people are asking, did I make my intro and outro? No, I didn't. Somebody called @RajasSingh96 made it. I contacted him, or he contacted me through Twitter. Fantastic job, and I'm really pleased with the new intro. And again, as always, every 6 to 12 months I'll switch it up again and bring you something fresh and new, but for now, loving the intro. Next one is... Wow, there's so many questions, but as I say, I've got to pick some new ones this time round. Right, here we go. This is a very difficult question to quantify actually, because I'm not really a PC person, but I'm going to guess this and then leave it open to you guys to answer in the comments to let the Forest Bum know. Question: would a Sandy Bridge Core i3 2310M be better than a non-Sandy Bridge Core i5 560M? My guess is that the i5 560M would probably be the better performer, but I might be wrong. So if you can help the Forest Bum out and leave your comments on this video, that would be really, really helpful. Next one, this is a good one again, Super Smash Bros V2. Hey Dave, do you think Apple's OS is becoming more like iOS and less useful for people who use the OS for production? Well, we all know they did this launchpad thing in the latest iteration of the desktop OS. It looks like they're trying to prepare it to be sort of touch friendly. I don't think they're going to go too far away from something that we use for production purposes on the desktops, but I do think they're trying to create familiarities between the iOS devices and the desktop so people feel comfortable moving between the two. Hope that answers your question. I don't think they're going to take away the productivity of a desktop OS though. Next one now, there's lots of questions in here and I'm going to just go through them quite quickly. The Robio Man, few questions. Would you review an iMac? Yes, I would, but I'm going to wait till the next iteration when they bring out the new ones. What's the best way to sell a phone? eBay or Gumtree? And how can I speed up my internet speeds? Change provider, something like BT Infinity or Virgin Media fibre optic broadband. Brilliant questions. Thank you very much for that. Alright, I will answer this very quickly. Apple Tech Reviewers asked a few questions. Final release date of the HTC Evo 3D. Well, that's available now in the UK. And also, the question is, there's a small green thing in the corner of the desk saying TV on it by the speaker. Let me just grab it. You're referring to this. It's just on my iPhone stand. It's just a VisBox TV business card. That's all it is. Really nice design. And I just left it there on the iPod stand, not intentionally or anything. So great question. Flight simulator expert. Hey Dave, do you have a favourite football team? I'm really not into the whole football thing. I watch it with my son. He really enjoys football, and for that purpose I support his team, which is Chelsea. I'm not faithful to any team though. I could take it or leave it, to be totally honest. But if I had to choose one, it would be Chelsea. Next one, XX Hardcore XX Gamer XX. Hey Dave, will you be reviewing the new Olympus Pen EP3 or the Sony Nex C3 or the Panasonic GF3? Any of those Micro Four Thirds? Probably not. Out of those three, the one I probably want to get hold of if I can is the Olympus Pen EP3. There are some new Sony Nex cameras coming out. I can't remember the model numbers, but I will be trying to get one of those Nex ones, either the 5 or the 7. Can't remember the model number though. Next question is from oh, this is nice. No, I'm not going to answer that one. Yeah, this is a good question. Huskerman777. I've got a 27-inch 720p TV on my desk as an external monitor. Is there a big difference between that and a dedicated computer monitor like the iArmors you have? Yes, there is. Now, I've got 24-inch iArmors there. I've got a 32-inch Sony TV there. Resolution is the same. I know the screen size is a lot different, but the way that text is handled, the anti-aliasing and the dot pitch of the screen is a lot finer on a monitor, so you're going to get crisper text, more definition. If you're trying to use a computer on a TV, you just might find that the text looks a little bit out of focus. So that's the main difference. But it's all to do with screen size relative to the actual resolution, really, but it does handle text in a different way. Next one. Good question. Tech thoughts. Do you lose money when people use ad blocking software, and do you use that? Well, I don't use any ad blocking software. I think you're referring to the adverts that appear in my videos. All partners on the YouTube partnership scheme can have adverts on their videos, either top right, underneath the advert, before the video starts, and they all earn money for the video producer. Now I spend a lot of time, I do this all the time now, producing videos, so yeah, if everyone used ad blocking software, I wouldn't be able to do YouTube full time. It just would be impossible, because I would lose all of my revenue. So thank you very much for asking that question. And oh, let's have a look. This one, this is nice. Arrow 1 Archer, what happens if you accidentally break a product a company has sent you to review? Well, it's a double-edged sword really, this question. If they send you a product that's just, say, a normal mobile phone and you smash the screen, then you're probably within the contract you signed for the loan agreement, you normally say you're going to return it in good condition, otherwise you will pay for the product. So if you break something like that, then you're going to have to replace it out of your pocket. If they sent you a tough smartphone or one of these rugged cameras and they said, yep, you can chuck it down 3 meters, you can put it in water, you can do whatever with it, and then you carried out those tests responsibly, then no, you wouldn't have to pay for it. Be careful with what you sign. Some of these companies do make you sign something. If you're concerned, if they're sending you a rugged device, ask them that question. What happens if I break it? Next one, the Jaredism. Do you think you could be the CEO of Apple? Probably not. I would love to think I could, but I don't know. Maybe they'll give me a go. That's all I can say to that. Anyway, moving on. They were all the questions I'm going to answer from the actual Q&A video comments. Moving on to the ones I received via email and via the iOS app. The first one is from George. I've seen some reviews on the X Mini Max 2 speakers that they're not durable. Is that accurate? I reviewed them probably a year ago, maybe more. Seemed fine to me. Didn't have any problems with durability. So thank you very much for that question. Next one is from Ferbs. Do you expect iLife 12, and would this be introduced this fall? I would expect it to land either very late this year or round about end of January next year. Next one is from, I will answer this, Mr. Spiker 007. Great videos, Dave. Thank you. What do you think about Chromebooks and the Chrome OS? Well, there's not been a lot of news about them since they launched, so I think that sort of speaks for itself. Not very interested in them at all. Underpowered, maybe in the education market. That's my honest opinion. Maybe they're suited to that. Next one is... Oh wow, this is good. I can't answer this accurately though. This is from Simon. Love the Q&A review videos, thank you. My question is, what's the best all-in-one printer to buy? Cheers, Simon. I can't give you an exact model, but I would be looking at the Canon Pixma range. They do an MG range. I've got an MP640 just under my desk here, just down here. And the reason I like that is you can get away with using third-party inks on it. So I'd be looking at the Canon range of multifunction printers and just see which one fits within your budget. So great question, thank you. Charlie, will you be making any more iOS 5 beta videos? Sorry, no more from myself. This one's from Chris. What would you say is a better option for my 15-year-old son, a laptop or a tablet? And what would a laptop or what laptop or tablet would you recommend? Well, it depends. If it's for studying and for homework as well as entertainment, then I would go for maybe an 11-inch or 13-inch MacBook Air. This is an 11-inch one. If it's purely for entertainment, then go for the cheapest iPad 2. But you're going to get a lot more functionality out of an iPad. Do not buy... a lot more functionality out of a laptop. Correction, do not buy an iPad or an iPad 2 thinking that he'll be able to use it for homework. Won't work. Well, it will work, but it'll be an absolute nightmare. Next one's from George. I was wondering if you ever go on holiday. Do you go abroad? Yes, I do go on holiday. Try and get at least one holiday a year. Yes, we have been abroad. We've been to America, Philippines. Where did we go in America? Boston, New York, all over the place. And we've been doing a lot of UK holidays lately because we really like centre parks. So, next one. All right, this is from Ashley. Is it worth getting another monitor for my Mac Mini 2010 running OS X Lion? I miss a dual screen setup that I had with my laptop and monitor. Go for it. 24-inch monitor like these Iyamas behind me, £160. Gives you that really nice dual screen setup, best of both worlds. And yeah, put your Mac Mini on that and you'll be well away. Really, really good. Next one is from, or actually this is the last one, last question for this Q&A. Mr. Sukmiov, do you think the AMD Radeon HD 6850 is a good graphics card for a budget system? Yes, it is. I think it was a 6870 in my custom PC build. Brilliant card. It might have even been a 6850. Memory doesn't serve me well on that one, but yeah, it is a very good budget end graphics card. Things have moved on since the 68 series, but for the price, really good performance. So that's it for this slightly shorter Q&A session. Please do tune in a couple of weeks for another Q&A. If you've got any questions for next time, pop them in the comments below this video. Send me an email, geekanoids@gmail.com with Tech Q&A in the subject line, or grab my free iOS app on the iPad, the iPod Touch or the iPhone, and you can send me a question via the Q&A functionality in that iOS app. Thank you very much for watching. Again, thank you so much for all the questions. I really do appreciate them, and I do really like doing these Q&A sessions. I really like the questions and the interactivity and giving you guys and girls as much information as I can. Until next time, I'll see you in the next video.